And she rolls her window down and she goes, "Excuse me, are you Michael?" And I was in such a mood that I was like, "That depends who's asking." and and she goes, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I don't mean to intrude." But she goes, "My name's Sue, and God talks to me, and he says that he needs to tell you a few things." So when I came to, after I had done the deed, and I looked at my arm, I watched as the muscle tissue and the main vein, artery, whatever it is that runs right there on your forearms, I watched as that closed up. And I immediately became, supernaturally. I still have scars from it, and you can actually see the width of the scar. But so, I mean, like it's about as wide as my thumb. And this was roughly 20-ish years ago, give or take. Roughly. And for, so for it to be as wide as my thumb, it's got to be, significantly deep for it to. And so on top of that, all of the painkiller, I had taken Oxycontins, and I took probably half a bottle worth of Oxycontin 10s. Jeez. And then on top of that, the blood thinners too, and then the hot shower. Cause I was like, I didn't want to cause, even when I was doing this, I was like, my family or whoever finds me, I don't want there to be that big of a mess for them. Like I was still trying to be considerate, as sick as that thinking is, or as wrong or whatever. But I came to, I watched it close, and as it happened, I immediately knew it was supernatural and God. And I personally was furious. I was like, what the hell? And I actually started cussing. I actually started cussing God out. And I'm going off on him, verbally to myself, but not like, I'm not screaming or nothing, but like just under my breath, like, what the hell? If heaven's real, if you're real, if, right? Just a million different ifs. And I'm like, where I'm coming from. How I'm at. And you would still continue to allow this for what? Like, why? And, when I come to, I don't know what else to do. I'm starving. I'm assuming probably because of the pills. And I go to the kitchen, and I go to pour myself some cereal, and I go get the milk, and there's no milk. And I'm like, this is what I'm talking about. If it's not one thing, it's the next. It's always something. My whole life is like this. And I go outside, and I had a 97 Toyota Camry at this time. And I go start my Camry, and the starter gets stuck, because I just want to go down to the corner store and get some milk and just continue on with my day, because I don't know what else to do. And, I'm just defeated. And of course the starter sticks, and I'm still in my head just listing off everything that I've been through and how I feel and for how long I felt that way. And, all the stuff that I went through Child Haven. I went through, the SA continued after that. I was given back to the same people, just all these, just everything. And so I had a little moped in the back, and I go wrestle the moped out, and I go start the moped, and the battery is dead. And I'm just like, oh my God, this is what I'm talking about. It's always something. I can never just get to a place where I can be content. And, I take the battery out of the Camry, and I put it on the moped. And I'm still just praying and just talking towards God in my head and just to myself. And I make it down to the corner store, and I get the milk, and I put a little gas in the moped, and I go start the moped up, and the fuse breaks. And I'm just like, oh my God. And I'm already just so defeated. Right. And I'm just like, oh, God, dude. And I'm at the corner store, and I live in Vegas. So, anyone that's familiar with Vegas, there's 3 corner stores at the corner that I'm at, and it's also like 5 a.m. But for whatever reason, none of the corner stores happen to have a pack of fuses. And so I'm just sitting there waiting, and I left my cell phone at the house, and I'm just sitting there waiting. And I had called my mom to bring me some fuses from the house, because I knew that she got up roughly around that time. And luckily I was out of the way for her to go to work or nothing. She could just drop them right by. So as I'm waiting for her to bring me these fuses, and I'm sitting outside of the bar that was nice enough to let me use their phone to call her, I'm still just praying and just going over all these things that I've been through in my life. And, I'll never forget it. I lived on the east side of Las Vegas at this time, which is not necessarily the nicer side of Vegas, kind of, older or ghetto or whatever you want to call it. And, I'll never forget it. This woman, well, I see this red car, is a red Dodge Stratus, and they pull out of the plaza and they turn onto the street, but they're only going like a mile an hour. And I'm watching them as they're going this slow, and then they pull back in and they pull up towards me, and I'm thinking, oh great, what is this now? Because, I've been in trouble with the law, and everything else. And I'm like, great, what am I going to get 86ed or something? Am I going to get trespassed? I'm not even doing something. Like, what else? What else? What more can you possibly throw at me? Like, and this woman, it was a black woman, but she was dressed very nice. And the car didn't even belong on that side of the town. And she didn't look like she belonged on our side of town. And she rolls her window down and she goes, "Excuse me, are you Michael?" And, I was in such a mood that I was like, that depends who's asking. and, and, she goes, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I don't mean to intrude." But she goes, I believe she said her name was Sue or Susan. And she goes, "My name's Sue. And, God talks to me and he says that he needs to tell you a few things." And I immediately perked up and I was like, okay. And she goes, "None of this is from me. He says that you're going to know what it's referring to and that you need to hear some things." And, so, okay. And she proceeds to repeat back to me, "God says that he knows that you feel like you're in a pit. He says that he knows that you feel like when you're in a room full of people that you're still all alone. He says that he knows that you feel like, X, Y, Z. He knows this. He knows that." She starts alluding to things that happened to me in my childhood that the only people that know about it are me and the perpetrator and God. And the perpetrator's dead. He died in prison. He did end up getting caught. And he did get sentenced and whatnot. Matter of fact, he was caught because of Oprah and the Child Predator Watch program. So you can actually, I'm actually online. It can be Googled. Yeah. She says that he knows that you feel like, that you feel like giving up, and he knows that you feel like you're in the pit. And as soon as you get to a place where you're comfortable or just content, not even happy, that everything just breaks loose and it's just one challenge after the next, after the next. And he says that he doesn't, not to give up. He says that the bend is right around the corner. The light is right around the corner. Just keep at it. Hang in there. That he'll never give you more than what you can handle. Just always remember to reach out to him, and that he'll always give his toughest battles to his strongest warriors.
Thank you so much for watching this clip. If you want to see the full interview, just click on the video on your screen right now or check the description below for the link. I'll see you there.